For today's lesson, we are going to be working on asking and answering questions. And asking and answering questions helps readers to be more actively involved in your reading as you explore new ideas in the text. You should ask and answer questions before you read, while you read, and after you read. Asking and answering questions can help you make prediction, helps you to clarify things that might seem unclear, and helps you think more deeply about the text. So some of the things to remember when asking question is those 5 W words that are our question words. Who is the person? What will this be about? Where is this text? In this text, can I find the answer to my question? When is this happening, and why did the author write this? You can ask any question using those question words along with the other ones, but those are just some good starting points. So our objective for today is I can ask and answer questions about a text. I can understand the events in the upside down house or upside down boy. I know I am successful when I can pause while reading and ask a question about the memoir, and I can clarify anything I may not understand. It is important for me to know how to ask and answer questions, because I can clarify things that might seem unclear. I can think more deeply about the text. So you will be successful when you can ask questions before, during, and after, and you can find the answers to your questions in the text. So this text that we're getting ready to read is called a memoir, and it is a text about a personal experience and the memories of its author. A memoir may focus on one part of his or her life. Memoirs include events that happened in the past that are usually presented in chronological order, or order from beginning to the end. The events in a nonfiction memoir include real people and their feelings about those events. The authors of memoirs use descriptive language and sensory words to share their experiences. Before you start reading this text, I want you to make a prediction on page 158 in your My Book. This is the beginning of the text, and you're going to write, why do you think the author used the title, The Upside Down Boy? So on the side, take a couple minutes and write down a prediction. Why do you think the author used that title? We are going to go through and listen to the text. So we have The Upside Down Boy, and we're on page 151.
When I was little, my family spent years working in the fields as campesinos. One day, my mama said to my papi, "Let's settle down. It's time that Juanito goes to school." That year, we were living in the mountains by Lake Wolfer, a glassy world full of sky colors. Papi's old army truck brought us down the steep mountain roads all the way to Mrs. Anda Sola's pink house on Juniper Street. I was 8 years old and about to live in a big city for the first time. Juan Felipe Herrera. Steep. If a hill or a mountain is steep, it is difficult to climb because it goes almost straight up. Mama,
Okay, so I wanted to stop on this page and kind of look at what's going on in this page, and there were some things that I noticed. One of the things is this was all written in italics, and italics is where the words are kind of typed at a slant. And so I'm wondering, why did the author write these words in italic? This is actually page 160, not 181. And so I'm looking at what I read, and this is a note from the author. So it's from Juan Felipe Herrera, and he's writing this note to the readers, and it's to give us some background information so that we can really understand what's happening in the text. So this isn't necessarily part of the story that he's getting ready to tell, but he wanted to give you some information. So I'm asking myself, what does this page tell me about the story I'll be reading? From this, I know that this is a story about the author when he was a boy. and the author was called Juanito. His family moved to Mrs. Andalusa's pink house on Juniper Street and so that he could go to school. So I'm getting this information so that I understand better what's happening.
Loves words sings out the name on the street sign, Juniper. Juniper, Juniper. Poppy parks our old army truck on Juniper Street in front of Mrs. Andasola's tiny pink house. We found it at last, Poppy shouts. Juniper. Time to start school, Mama tells me with music in her voice. My Juniper Street, I yell to the chickens in the yard.
So as I'm looking at this, I can think of questions I want answered in the text as I read, and this is going to help me understand the story. So I can see that Juanito looks happy in this illustration. He looks like he's really excited to go to school. I think this is him back here. And it makes me wonder if that's true. If I ask questions, it'll help me to kind of get my brain thinking and be engaged with it. So I really wonder, he's so excited to go to school, I wonder if he will like his new school. I don't have that answer right now, but I'm going to have to keep reading to find out.
Don't worry, Chico, Poppy says as he walks me to school. Everything changes. A new place has new leaves on the trees and blows fresh air into your body. I pinch my ear. Am I really here? Maybe the street lamp is really a golden cornstalk with a dusty gray coat. People speed by alone in their fancy melting cars. In the valleys, campesinos sang, Buenos dias, Juanito. I make a clown face, half funny, half scared. I don't speak English, I say to Papi. Will my tongue turn into a rock? Speed. If you speed, you move too fast.
So while I was reading this, there was quite a few things that I just really didn't understand. Line 8 says, people speed by alone in their fancy melting cars. And I'm wondering, what are fancy melting cars? I have never seen a car melt, so I'm not really sure what this means. So I have to do a little bit of thinking. And I know that cars don't melt, like I said, but they do go by fast. And as they go by, if I can still see them, like if they're on a straight road and I can see them as they go by, I know that they're going to get tinier and tinier, kind of like they're melting. So he's watching these cars that are big when they drive right by him, and they keep going, and they're getting tinier and tinier, so it's like they're melting.
I slow step into school. My burrito de papas, my potato burrito in a brown bag. Empty playground, fences locked, one cloud up high. No one in the halls. Open a door with a blue number 27. ¿Dónde estoy? Where am I? My question in Spanish fades as the thick door slams behind me. Mrs. Sampson, the teacher, shows me my desk. Kids laugh when I poke my nose into my lunch bag. The hard round clock above my head clicks and aims its strange arrows at me.
So on the first page, I had asked myself, how will Juanito like his new school? And it seems like he is very nervous and he doesn't know any English and only speaks Spanish. So I think he's nervous. I'm not sure that he's really enjoying it right now. It also makes me think I want to kind of make another prediction, and I wonder if he'll continue not to like his new school.
On the chalkboard, I see a row of alphabet letters and addition numbers. If I learn them, will they grow like seeds? If I learn the English words, will my voice reach the ceiling, weave through it like grapevines? We are finger painting. I make wild suns with my open hands, crazy tomato cars and cucumber sombreros. I write my name with 7 chilies. What is that? Mrs. Sampson asks. My tongue is a rock. The school bell rings and shakes me. I run and grab my lunch bag and sit on the green steel bench. In a few fast minutes, I finish my potato burrito. But everyone plays, and I am alone. It is only recess, my classmate Amanda says in Spanish. In Spanish, I pronounce recess slowly. Sounds like recess, like the word for cattle, huh? I say. What is recess? I ask Amanda. The high bell roars again. This time, everyone eats their sandwiches while I play in the breezy baseball diamond by myself. Is this recess? I ask again. When I jump up, everyone sits. When I sit, all the kids swing through the air. My feet float through the clouds when all I want is to touch the earth. I am the upside-down boy. Breezy. When it is breezy outside, you can feel the wind softly blowing.
So as I'm looking at this page and I can see the full page, Juanito is floating upside down. He feels like kind of separate and different from everyone else. And again, I'm still wondering, does he ever feel like he fits in at his new school? I'm going to have to keep reading to find out.
Papi comes home to Mrs. Andasola's pink house. I show him my finger painting. What a spicy sun, he sings out. It reminds me of hot summer days in the San Joaquin Valley, he says, brushing his dark hair with his hands. Look, Mama, see my painting? Those are flying tomatoes ready for salsa, Mama sings. She shows my painting to Mrs. Andasola, who shows it to Gabino, her canary. Gabino, Gabino, see? Mrs. Andasola yells. What do you think? Gabino nods his head back and forth. Pio, Pio! Mrs. Sampson invites me to the front of the class. Sing, Juanito. Sing a song we have been practicing. I pop up shaking. I am alone facing the class. Ready to sing? Mrs. Sampson asks me. I am frozen. Then a deep breath fills me. 3 blind mice, 3 blind mice, I sing. My eyes open as big as the ceiling, and my hands spread out as if catching raindrops from the sky. You have a very beautiful voice, Juanito, Mrs. Sampson says. What is beautiful? I ask Amanda after school. At home, I help Mama and Mrs. Andasola make buñuelos, fried sweet cinnamon tortilla chips. Picho, come here, I sing out, calling my dog as I stretch a dough ball. Listen to me, I sing to Picho with his ears curled up into fuzzy triangles. My voice is beautiful. What is he singing? Mrs. Andasola asks my mom as she gently lays a buñuelo into the frying pan. My teacher says my voice is beautiful, I sing, dancing with a tiny dough ball stuck on my nose. See, Mama laughs. Let's see if your buñuelos come out beautiful too. I only made it to the 3rd grade, Juanito, Mama tells me as I get ready for bed. When we lived in El Paso, Texas, my mother needed help at home. We were very poor and she was tired from cleaning people's houses. That year your mama won a spelling medal, Poppy says as he shaves in the bathroom. Your Poppy learned English without a school, Mama says. When he worked the railroads, he would pay his buddies a penny for each word they taught him. Poppy says softly, each word, each language has its own magic.
So after I read this question, I wanted to think a little bit about what questions we might want to ask and answer about Poppy's words on page 40 or paragraph 45. So Poppy says softly, each word, each language has its own magic. What magic do the words and language have? I need to keep reading to find out. So you guys are going to finish reading this, and you're going to be answering the questions about the text. So in your Canvas, your first Cami assignment is going to be to answer these questions right here. There's 4 of them, so you're going to type your answers in right here. Please make sure that you are using RACE. We have been practicing where we restate the question, answer it, cite it, give evidence from the text, and then explain a little bit more. So you are going to have to finish reading the text and then move into that. Your other activities that you'll have, some vocabulary or the spelling, and then another activity where you are describing some things. If you have any questions, just let me know.